Hello, PN. It is Wednesday night, and tomorrow I work over 12 hours, or around 12 hours. I'll be gone like 14 or 15 hours, so I'm hoping to record and edit this tonight. Hence, even though we can go long, I'm going to try to keep this as fast as possible. Who knows? We'll find out. And of course, Facebook just refreshed my screen, and I lost all of the questions. So, the ProjectNerdy tag. Question number 1, your biggest nerd crush. Surprisingly, this was like the hardest for me, like the biggest nerdy crush. So for me, that's like a crush who is also a nerd, who is a celebrity, so that people know who I'm talking about. Would probably, well, for the longest time, it was Matthew Gray Gubler and Nathan Fillion, and then more recently, it was Chris Hardwick for sure. But now I really don't know who that fills that slot in my life. So you could just pick one of those 3 that I already mentioned. Okay. Number 2, nerdy movie, TV series, or book that you think is very overrated. I would definitely say Friends. I like Phoebe. And then the other ones kind of just annoy me. And so if I have to watch too much Friends, it's annoying. And I think that might be too mainstream, but I'd rather just say that I think Friends is overrated. Number 3, which dystopian society would you pick to live in? So I'm picking Red Rising. It is not as popular and not as common. I think everybody should read it. I had a great time reading it. And so the caste system in this is all color-based, reds being the low reds, and golds being the highest, and I would pick for myself to be a violet, because then I can stay out of the hard manual labor, and I can ignore all of the blood wars and warrior stuff, and I can just be an artist or vlogger or work in theater or be at movies or whatever arts and entertainment is in this series, because that's what the violets are. They are the arts and entertainment class. You get to hang out with one of these individuals for one day. Which do you pick? Felicia Day, Chris Hardwick, or Will Wheaton? So I have actually met both Felicia and Will Wheaton. I met them at VidCon in 2012, and I know that I said Chris Hardwick was my biggest nerdy crush for a while, and so of all 3 of those people, I would still pick Will Wheaton. I love the other 2, but I have to pick Will. Will has amazing animals and Anne, and is so great in nerd culture, and probably Felicia and Chris would stop by anyways, because they're all friends, right? Number 5, you get to hang out with one member of ProjectNerdy in real life for one day, but only one member. Who do you pick? I pick the person I'm going to see next, which is Reb. So, I don't remember if you guys know that or not, but I'm going to the Europe and the UKs and staying with Reb for 2 days, so that's happening. Number 6, you have to get a nerdy tattoo right now. What would you get? So if I got it right now and I was allowed to and there was no complications, I would actually get the next Spring Awakening tattoo I'm getting. But the next tattoo I am getting, imagine that, is in the UK. When I see Reb, we are going to go get Harry Potter tattoos. I'm going to get my Deathly Hallows tattoo, and he's getting the tattoo that he showed in his video this week. Number 7, you win the lottery and now have nearly unlimited funds. What is the first big nerdy purchase you make? There's actually this huge book of Harry Potter behind the scenes, how they made the movie. It's listed on Amazon, and I haven't seen it in a while and checked on its prices, but Amanda from Nerd Girls for the Wind bought it, like it was on a severe discount. That would be what I would get first, and then I would go click onto the Blackmail Club. Number 8, you get to rename ProjectNerdy. What name do you pick? I am so sorry. I'm with the part of the group that says I think ProjectNerdy is the perfect name, and I would not change it, not even for a tag. Number 9, a porn company decides to make a porn parody of ProjectNerdy. What is the name of the movie? See, everybody has shied away from this, but I'm going last, and I had the most time to think about it, and I would call it Project Nerd Me Hard. Number 10, tell one fact about yourself that you've never mentioned on YouTube. So I was talking to Rachel about this at VidCon, because I was telling her about the tag coming up, and I was thinking about what I've never told the internet, and that I was saving this thing for a tag that asked me this question, and it's actually, I'm very weird about public toilets. Like, I can use like house bathrooms, whether my friends or my own or whatever, like in-house bathrooms and toilets I'm okay with, but public facilities, I only go into the public toilet when the door opens outward. Yeah, so that's talking about my toilet habits is my answer for this one, because I've never told the internet about it yet. I just think it's funny that the first question was the hardest for me to answer, and the last question, which is so hard for so many people, but I had been like saving talking about that for just this instance, so it was like the easiest thing to come up with. Speaking of tags, I'm going to tag 2 people specifically because Rachel of Rachel-tastic, who I talked to at VidCon, was like, I want to be tagged in this, so Rachel, you're it. And then number 2 is Amanda from Nerd Girls for the Win, since I've already talked about her in this as well, and she doesn't mind being tagged, so I'm tagging her. My nerdy pleasure of the week is actually conjoined with the fact that Amy finally came back from Australia. My flatmate and roommate and owner of this house has been in Australia for 6 weeks, and she brought me back something pretty, and I could go get it, but I will actually just put my Instagram picture right here. I love it. It's a dragon timepiece statement necklace, and so it actually works once I figure out how to set the time on it. So I'm going to go back to a tattoo-related question, even though we kind of touched on it probably before on this channel. I'm going to ask you, how many tattoos is max? Do you have a tattoo max limit, or like, are you a hard 0? I'm never getting tattoos. Like, what is your feeling on tattoos and too much? So, yeah, don't know how to frame that into a question with better words, because it's been a long week and it's going to just keep going. But that's my question. Thank you guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I need to go edit it and fall asleep and go work a really long time for like the next few days. So until my next video, David will see you next up on this channel, and all of you DFTBA.